at that. 30 fine views. Heck yes. Hit the algorithm right in the titles. My son. Police Chase Down, otherwise known as aka Simple 2000 Ultimate Volume 7. Seikaiao. Shiro Biking. Security Police. This game was developed by Tamsoft, who developed Battle Arena Toshinden, the first fighting game released on the original PlayStation. If Twin Goddesses from 1994 wasn't a thing. Ha, ha, I know trivia. Ship me off the pub, my friends. Let's win that £20 and 76 pence.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
They also made the Oni Body Pillow franchise as well as their most recent success, Senran Kangura. So, fat tits on questionably proportioned bodies aside, you have from Tamsoft a base of well-seasoned video game developers, even at the time of Police Chase Down's release.
You also have a studio whose most notorious titles are as such due to their repetitive, dungeon crawl adjacent gameplay, as well as them being a haunting reminder of Japan's repulsively low age of consent.
What is it, by the way, Rishi?
I'm not sure if you want to know.
Probably not. But it's a very loaded statement you have just said there, Rishi. Some might say Britain even has a repulsively low age of consent. We also risk offending the Japanese, and in tandem, the entire online gaming community.
Of course, I forgot Japan was the holy land of autism. I apologize. Gamers does not change the fact that Britain is the nonce capital of the world, as well as the place where all transphobes go to seek asylum from Twitter persecution.
Yep, very big sigh. My country is quite the shithole.
Your country? You know, Daniel, just because you have a British accent doesn't mean you have to stand for the country people erroneously associate you with. You weren't even born in Britain.
All important points.
You could not be born, you're just computer code. Most people would say we should send us Siri voices all the way back to where we came from, regardless of inflection.
You have a point, Rishi. My friend, I am not a physical being. I am in fact just code in the vast flying world of cyberspace. There are no nations in.
Fucking hell, mates. Can we get on with a simple 2000 series game review?
I won't apologize for taking an interest in sociopolitics and metaphysics, but I will apologize for frustrating my fellow Siri alumni for tangenting away from the task at hand, reviewing yet another piece of shit 50p game from 6 that barely anyone knows even exists.
Thank you, Rishi. Your apology was an opaque cunt, but I will take it nonetheless.
As I was saying, Tamsoft seems to be a competent games developer, able to keep up with current trends, whilst liking to play it much too safely with gameplay loops that rely too heavily on grind. But then again, that seems to be the problem of half the fucking games coming out now, the other half of course being too busy trying to scam you out of your money with microtransactions.
Police Chase Down is not a game I would say relies heavily on grinding, mostly because it's too short for that kind of thing. And Tamsoft obviously had no intention of doing a Davilix and selling this fucking game several times over under different titles and with slightly altered skins. That is a relief for me, personally, as there is barely enough dopamine here for an Adobe Flash game, let alone a retail release on the premier console of its day. These motorcycles control like thick concrete arse, and the mission variety is so lacking that each one feels like a cut and paste job.
Also, I got a weird sense that these tracks are way too vast and complex for such basic gameplay. You think it was Tamsoft's way of adding some degree of character into a title that desperately needed it? Or are we dealing with some serious hauntology here, and are looking at what remained of a once very big and expensive project? Maybe even an open-world driving game.
Out of the office. That made me tingle. Very tantalizing. As much as I have railed on about the shitty aspects of playing this game, I can't help but fall in love with the aesthetics of Japanese budget titles from this era, whether out of nostalgia for a time where the games industry was in a much healthier place creatively, or for my own degenerate Vaporwave needs. The prospect of an open-world racing game within this engine sounds quite banging to me. Don't think we'll ever know, unfortunately. Video game developers are notoriously cagey about projects they have worked on in the past. That's a cottage industry for ya. On the other hand, maybe they're just embarrassed.
100% agree. Radical Rishi. Whilst it's mildly fun to follow the damn limo, CJ, and gun down the second camera unit of To Catch a Predator. Ha, ha, only kidding. Chris Hansen would never go after a rich nonce. I mean, goddamn, he could get sued. Police Chase Down is a very basic and poorly calibrated Chase HQ variant which arrived on the market about a decade too late. This might have been passable as an early PS1 title, but in the words of Jordan Vasquez 7620, from 1 year ago on the comments section of a long play video of this game, and I quote, "What a budget game. Like you had an opportunity to make a badass modernization of the classic Chase and Crash arcade games but you blew it."
Wise words to live on. Hail at Jordan Vasquez 7620. The one true God.
What an excellent review. Full of anxious long pauses and pessimism for the future, like all retro game review videos should. Until next time, all I can say is, don't have me catch you in Japan, because if you do, I will ask you to take a seat, unless you're Jeffrey Epstein. Then I apologize. Please don't sue me. Friend of Donald Trump. I have goldfish. Please don't sue me. I have goldfish.
Holy Jesus.